In the past week, I stumbled upon a video by Matt vs. Japan called Natives Won't Correct All Your Mistakes. I highly recommend you watch this video to see the conversation he had with a Japanese student learning English, and he notes that he could correct one or two mistakes in each sentence. Mistakes such as grammar, tone inflection, pronunciation, and even the stress put on each word of the sentence. And the point is that you will not be corrected for every single mistake you make. People will choose the biggest and most appeared mistakes. The student in this video has already had a couple of years of practice, and yet Matt could find mistakes often. It is then safe to say that as a beginner, when you start learning a language, you're going to make around 10 mistakes per sentence. This should not be a discouragement, this is just a reality checkup. And take for example my videos. My Chinese tongue twister video has a little sketch about me being challenged to say a tongue twister, and in that little sketch, my Chinese, if you're a native speaker, is a bit choppy, and then here and there some of the tones might be, and there may be more mistakes, you know, it happens. And of course I've only been, at that time that video was published, I had about 3 months of practice. But even in 10 years from now, I will still be making language nuance mistakes and other mistakes that are common. And you should also not expect to get corrected by your friends in the middle of a sentence, because it is a conversation killer. Of course, sometimes maybe you'll get corrected for blatant and obvious mistakes, but yeah, they are also not your tutors. The whole part of learning is to keep talking, and your friends should pick up some of what you're saying. Our brains are designed to fill in the blanks, sometimes. Other times, we might say one thing and mean the other thing and just confuse everyone. But that is part of the whole process. It just happens. However, it is in your self-study time that you have to pick up and learn from your mistakes. If you do not have enough immersion and exposure in your target language, you will not be able to fix old bad habits in the long run. I think it was also Matt who said that the early stages of learning should be countless hours of listening and reading to get the most exposure. When you're at a level where you're comfortable at talking to others in your target language, you will still have many mistakes that natives will not correct. When I speak Dutch to people nowadays, they will know without a doubt that I am not Dutch. But as a kid growing up in the Netherlands, I was at least treated like a Dutch person, although they did know I was American. In my case, even my English was underdeveloped, so my reading and speaking was not as good as others my age. The point I want to make for you guys is that you are never going to sound like a native unless you are deeply immersed in the culture for years. But of course, this should not be your motive for learning languages, especially multiple foreign languages. Again, I want to encourage you to check out Matt vs. Japan. He has great tips on language learning, and subscribe to my channel and share this video with other language learners. I want to encourage as many language learners out there. You can do this. 加油，加油!